My name's Tim Sutton, and I directed a movie called Pavilion, which is playing in competition here. So a core scene when I was making the film, the hardest scene, the last scene that fit, was what we called the transition from the first half of the movie to the second half of the movie. The movie is geographically one part of America goes to the other part of America, from east to west, and the landscape goes from green and lush and overgrown to arid and desert. And so there's one scene where he goes from the lake, riding on a boat, like at the end at twilight, and he's just kind of lost his girlfriend, and he's just sitting there, and literally the next scene is a jump cut to him riding his bike in Arizona. And it's that moment that some people think it's like a snap, the whole world changes for him, and other people don't realize it, but it's that moment that everything has changed, that he's gone from, the main character has gone from this kind of safe, if boring place to the unknown. And it's that one moment from one to the other. While I was making the film, that moment in the boat was the core scene to me. My lead actor, who was just a kid, the non-actor, was hard to work with at times, and so half the time, after half the movie, I fired him and started making the movie about someone else. Finally, he came back in, and the last day delivered this really, really quiet, emotional, very subtle performance, and it all ended on the boat where he's looking around and he realizes that he doesn't know where he's going. As a kid and as an actor, and it was really a poignant moment for me. There's a filmmaker named Bruno Dumont, a French filmmaker who made a movie called La Vie de Jesus, and it's about these kids in northern France just riding their motorcycles all around the city. One has a girlfriend. An Arab kid moves to town, and they pick on the Arab kid and they beat the Arab kid up. And there's a scene at the end where the lead French kid, falls off his bike, goes away, and he just walks into this field, and he looks up at the sun in this field, and the sun is covered with a cloud, and he just watches this cloud-covered sun, and the sun doesn't come out. The cloud just covers the sun, and it ends. And it's just like, you know, because to me, the sun doesn't need to come out at the end of a movie. You know, like, people want closure, or they want an ending that grips it all together. And for me, in this movie too, the sun doesn't come out. It doesn't mean it's not a hopeful movie, but it means that it's up to you to think about the movie and think about, there are days where the sun comes out and there are days where the sun stays behind a cloud.